Good afternoon. It's time. It's ever yet another NFL Bucky's Meal Day. This is your host, Mike C, of course, and the Star Show. As always, it's Bucky. Say hi, Bucky. Bucky says hi. Bucky's not happy. We're going to start with that just to get it out of the way. But first, I want to wish everybody, we hope that everybody had a happy and safe Thanksgiving and spent with family and friends and loved ones. And didn't eat too much turkey. We had a very good time as we went to Carla's sister's in-laws in their new place, and very, very nice place, and had very good food. We had pumpkin pie, we had turkey, gravy, stuffing, all the usual suspects, and had a very good time. Didn't eat too much. I purposely tried to, hold back a little bit. Just didn't want to overdo it. And then yesterday, I made my French dressing, which I've mentioned before. That turned out very good. Probably not the best I've ever made, but that's tough because, made with family and back home and all that good stuff. Those ingredients you can't bring with you. But it was very good. It had, the usual ingredients, and made a lot, and had it last night for dinner, and probably gonna have it tonight for dinner also. It's very good. To me, it's Thanksgiving. On a sad note, which is why Bucky's so upset, the Badgers lost 24-7 to Minnesota, and they lost the Axe, and in Madison, it was just not a good game. The Badgers are flat as hell and just did nothing for the most part. They kind of came back. They got a touchdown. It looks like they're going to, maybe get back in the game. And they just totally self-destructed. And it was not pretty. Bucky's not happy. I'm not happy. I don't know if Fickle's going to, they're going to get a bowl invitation. If they do, it's not going to be a very big one. They currently have the record for the most bowl invites. It would not surprise me if they did not. And frankly, I don't think they deserve it. Is Fickle on the hot seat? Definitely on the hot seat. Is he going to get fired? Canned? They're going to wait until the bowl games are announced. I don't know. They signed him a 7-year contract. He said, I believe it's in the 3rd or 4th year or something like that. So, and they're already paying, another coach that's not on the team anymore, so they have 2. I mean, they can afford it, but it's not a good precedent, not a good recruiting tool. So they did have a very good flip the other day with a quarterback. Quarterbacks did not play that well. The first guy got injured. That just pretty much tanked their season, and it's tough to watch because they're a much better program than that. I think if they don't make the bowl games, he has a very, very good chance of getting fired. He's still a very good coach. There were a lot of upsets the other day. Michigan beat the Ohio State, and Coach Day is on the hot seat. Ohio State, obviously, as was Fickle. So I wouldn't mind him as a head coach, to be honest with you. But there's a lot of openings in college and the pros. The Bears, actually, they fired Eberflus after Thanksgiving, which we'll get to. And so we'll see what happens. A lot of upsets, a lot of, jockeying for position. I believe Texas is number 2 now. Oregon's still number 1. Very good team in Oregon. And go Ducks. We'll see what happens. They got, the championships coming up, and still a lot more college left to play. We'll see what happens. Speaking of Thursday, that was, obviously Thanksgiving. We watched some of the parade. Very disappointing, the parade. It's all commercial stuff and all entertainers. I wanted the floats and the bands, and it was all, it was not very good, in my opinion. We didn't watch the dog show because we had to leave. Didn't watch the game because we had to leave, so I taped it. And I watched, didn't hear a thing about it until I got back home, watched it. Uh, let's see, what's else my notes? Oh, first, finish the Badgers. Um, the first losing season since '01. That's what a streak they've been on. And the first 5-game losing streak since '91. So what does that tell you? Personally, I mean, I don't like to get people fired. I've been fired before. I mentioned that many times. I'm kind of on the fence with Fickle. I don't know. I could go either way with that. But so we came back, watched the Lions. They dominated in the first half. Just time of possession, everything was just. They didn't score a lot of points, unfortunately. Gibbs had a fumble, which did not help at all, obviously. I don't have the halftime score on here, not important. But the interesting fact is that the halftime show performer, which wasn't half bad, I never heard of him, but I can't remember his name now. He was on stage longer than the Bears were on the field, the time of possession. So what does that tell you? They came back, to their credit, as the Bears often do. And then probably the worst clock management I've ever seen. It was 23-20, which ended up as the final score. And the Bears had the ball, and they were kind of driving. They had one timeout left, and they wasted a ton of time. And then they ran a play which had no chance of completion. The time ran out. Why they didn't call a timeout, maybe try a field goal, just kind of settle everything down. They just totally blew it. Okay, I'll just put it that way. That's being kind. So the Lions, I won't say escaped, but they won. To increase their record to 11-0, and they've never been that before in their career. And but that was just horrible time management. Uberfest got fired the next day, which is well he should have. And it's the first time in the Bears history that a coach got fired in season. I don't even know who the interim coach is. I didn't see that, but it's not important. But unfortunately, the Packers won. They squeaked again. They should have lost to the Cardinals. And the Vikings just destroyed, I think it was the 49ers? I can't remember who they beat. But it wasn't even close. It wasn't the 49ers. But anyway, so the Vikings and the Packers are still, NFC North is just loaded. And now this week, so the final score was 23-20. This week, they play another Thursday game. I don't remember ever back-to-back Thursday games. It might have happened even with the Lions. I don't remember. But they play the Packers on Prime. Unfortunately, we have Prime. And so game's going to go a long way. It's in Detroit. So that'll help. The Packers are a very good team. Now, the Lions are decimated with injuries. They put 2 more players on injury reserve. Malcolm Rodriguez, the linebacker. Jack Campbell, I think, hit him in the forearm and broke his forearm, something like that. Friendly fire. And then Trace Wingo, the rookie, is also on IR. They've got, what did I put, 13? I wrote that somewhere, Bucky. 18 players on IR. That's ridiculous. But to their credit, they hired some people off called the scrap heap. But so that's good. They signed. Let's see, what have I got? What's his name? Miles Adams, the defensive lineman for the Seahawks. Quan Alexander, linebacker, played last with Denver. Jonah Williams, a defensive lineman off the Rams. And the big sign, I think, was Jamal Adams, safety off the Hawks. So that's very good. Reinforcements, stopgap, backup players, but they're depleted. They help, and they're still the top ranked team. So that's says a lot for them. But they need bodies. They need backup. They can't And so this will be a huge test for them. If they lose, not the end of the world because they still beat they beat the Packers before. Um, it's not going to be easy, guys. I'll tell you that right now. But we'll see what happens. But this is going to help. I'm going to say right now it's not the last of the players that they sign, and from practice squads. And I believe if you sign somebody from the practice squad, they have to go immediately on their roster. I think that's how that works. But they're constantly they're dropping like flies. I've heard like 10,000 times. But they got the roster spots, and eventually they'll get some of these guys back, and we'll see. Some of these guys are former first round picks and all pros, so they're obviously being let go for a reason. They could recapture that or at least get close and just kind of stem the tide until they get everybody back. But we'll see what happens. But it's exciting. It's gonna be a great game on Thursday. Can't wait to watch it. And I think they've clinched a playoff appearance. It's just on the seeding. I'm pretty sure about that. But there's still a lot of football. The Lions got the Bills coming up, which we watched the game. Buffalo play 49ers in Buffalo. Snowstorm, tons of snow. It was fun to watch, and the Bills won that game. So that's not going to be an easy game. They got the Bears coming up again. They got the Vikings coming up again, and I can't remember who else, but they got a couple other teams coming up. So there's still a lot of football, like I said, to play, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I think that's it for my notes, Bucky. Yep. Not too much else to report. Wait, Bucky, what in the world do you have in front of you? I forgot to mention that, Bucky. Cheese. You got provolone. We've got, what is that, Swiss? No, I'm sorry, sharp cheddar. And I couldn't find a cheese slicer, but I found a microplane, which worked kind of the same thing. Shreds it more than cuts it. And that's in honor of the Lions playing the Packers. The Cheeseheads coming up. So I thought, well, what better, prop to have than cheese? So I put that in front of Bucky today. And it's unfortunate because, Bucky's from Wisconsin, obviously. I was born and raised in Wisconsin. And I like the Packers, except when they play the Lions on, And so I had little mixed feelings with that. But now when it comes to, head-on collision, especially, this year. So I thought, well, what better prop to have than cheese? And so we're going to, slice and dice and shred the Packers. And I said the Packers are a very good team. They've got, a few weaknesses, a few areas that the Lions can exploit. But the Lions just, turn into a mash unit. And so we'll see what happens. Last week's video, I have no idea what they did because I can't find the darn thing. I can't remember what it was the last time I did see it. I think it was at 5 the last, so it's probably not too much. Sometimes my videos get hidden and I can't find them, like this week. And I can't even find, the couple of the Bucky 4.0s. So we'll see what happens. But if I find it or when I find it, I'll post it. But it's probably 5 or 6. It's probably under 10, I'll put it that way. So I think that's about it, Bucky. Yeah, that's about it. I can't see the time. Oh, easily. It's 15 minutes. All right, so for Mike Sinacor Star Show, as always, it's Bucky. Say bye, Bucky. Bucky says bye. And take care. Stay safe. Enjoy. We got through Black Friday. Small Business Saturday. Today is, what's it called, Bucky? Not Online Monday, but Cyber Monday. And we're going to do some shopping later. And so have fun, be responsible, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.